Hey there, Switch fans! Welcome back to SwitchTop. I'm here with a different kind of countdown today. The top 20 cozy games on Nintendo Switch. These are the perfect games for when you want to relax, unwind, and just have a peaceful gaming session. No stress, no pressure, just pure comfort gaming. Let's dive into our countdown. Mado Monogatari. Fia and the Wondrous Academy. Mado Monogatari follows young Fia as she starts her magical education at a special academy for aspiring mages. You'll attend classes, learn new spells, and make friends with fellow students while uncovering mysteries around the school. The game plays like a traditional RPG, but focuses more on daily life activities than combat. You can customize Fia's appearance, decorate your dorm room, and participate in school events throughout the year. The turn-based battles are simple and never too challenging, letting you focus on the story and character relationships. Between classes, you'll explore the academy grounds, find hidden items, and complete small quests for other students. The art style is colorful and charming, with a hand-drawn anime look that brings the magical world to life. Each day brings new activities and conversations, creating a gentle routine that feels like actually attending a magical school. Kulebra and the Souls of Limbo. In Kulebra and the Souls of Limbo, you play as a small snake-like creature exploring a mysterious world between life and death. The story slowly reveals itself as you help lost souls find peace and uncover the truth about this strange realm. The gameplay is all about exploration and puzzle solving, with no combat or time pressure to stress about. You slither through beautifully hand-drawn environments, collecting items and solving environmental puzzles to progress. The game has a unique art style that mixes dark themes with surprisingly cozy gameplay. Think of it like a gentle adventure through a spooky but friendly world. Your main abilities include moving through small spaces, pushing objects, and interacting with various characters you meet along the way. The soundtrack is atmospheric and calming, creating a peaceful mood even in the more mysterious areas. Each area has its own visual style and set of puzzles that never become frustrating. Date Everything is exactly what it sounds like. A dating simulator where you can romance literally any object around you. From your toaster to a lamppost to a mysterious houseplant. Everything has a personality and storyline. The game is full of humor and doesn't take itself seriously, but the writing is genuinely funny and charming. You play as someone who just moved to a new town and discovers they can communicate with inanimate objects. Each potential date has their own personality, backstory, and romance route with multiple dialogue choices that affect your relationship. The gameplay involves talking to objects, going on dates, and making choices that determine which endings you'll see. There are dozens of different objects to romance, each with unique storylines and jokes. The art style is colorful and cartoonish, matching the silly premise perfectly. While the concept sounds weird, the game is actually very sweet and focuses on finding connection in unexpected places.
Especially true for this next game.
That's right. Household objects, appliances, and even concepts turn into eligible love interests in Date Everything, a game in which you can, in fact, date pretty much everything.
With 100 dateable characters, there are plenty of unconventional partners to choose from.
Fantasy Life puts you in a magical world where you can live multiple lives and careers simultaneously. The story follows a young girl who discovers she can manipulate time, but the focus is more on daily life than saving the world. You can choose from various jobs like cooking, crafting, fighting, or exploring, and switch between them whenever you want. Each job has its own progression system and special abilities, encouraging you to try different playstyles. The world is full of NPCs with their own daily routines and stories, creating a living community you become part of. You can customize your character's appearance, decorate your home, and build relationships with townsfolk through conversations and gift-giving. The combat is simple and optional for most jobs, letting peaceful players focus on crafting and social activities. Time moves at a relaxed pace, and there's no pressure to rush through anything. The art style is bright and cheerful with a fantasy anime aesthetic that makes everything look welcoming and cozy. Harvest Moon One World brings back the classic farming formula with a fresh twist. You'll travel the world to discover new crops and animals. The story begins when crops start disappearing from your world, and you must journey to different continents to find seeds and restore agriculture. The core gameplay involves planting crops, caring for animals, and building relationships with villagers across multiple locations. You can ride various animals to travel between continents, each with unique crops, weather patterns, and characters to meet. The farming mechanics are streamlined and relaxing, with your animals and crops requiring basic care without being too demanding. Marriage and family systems let you build deep relationships and eventually start your own family. The graphics are colorful and pleasant, with a countryside aesthetic that changes beautifully across different regions. While some fans prefer older entries, One World offers a gentler, more accessible farming experience that's perfect for newcomers to the series. Potion Permit casts you as a chemist who moves to a remote island town to become their new healer. The townspeople are initially suspicious of outsiders, but you'll gradually earn their trust by treating their ailments and helping with local problems. The gameplay centers around gathering ingredients from the island, brewing potions using a simple puzzle system, and diagnosing patients through minigames. You can explore the island freely, finding new plants, minerals, and other crafting materials while enjoying the peaceful scenery. The crafting system is intuitive. You place ingredients on a grid and try to match required shapes to create different potions. Each villager has their own personality and backstory, and you can build friendships through daily interactions and completing personal requests. The game includes romance options and the ability to adopt and care for various animals you find around the island. The art style is pixel-based but detailed and colorful, creating a charming small-town atmosphere that feels warm and inviting. Coffee Talk puts you behind the counter of a late-night coffee shop in an alternate version of Seattle populated by fantasy races. You play as the barista who listens to customers' problems while serving them drinks based on their needs and preferences. The story unfolds through conversations with regular customers, elves, orcs, vampires, and humans, all dealing with everyday problems like relationships, work stress, and family issues. The drink-making system is simple but engaging. You combine different ingredients to create coffee, tea, and other beverages that can affect customers' moods and story outcomes. There's no timer or pressure. You can take as long as you want to chat with customers and prepare their orders. The game tackles real-world issues like discrimination, immigration, and social pressure through the lens of fantasy characters, creating meaningful conversations without being preachy. The pixel art style and chill lo-fi soundtrack create the perfect atmosphere for a cozy late-night cafe. Each customer has multiple story arcs that develop over several visits, making you genuinely care about their lives and problems. Animal Crossing New Horizons drops you on a deserted island where you'll build a thriving community from scratch. There's no main story to follow. Instead, you create your own narrative by decorating your island, befriending animal neighbors, and participating in seasonal events. The gameplay follows real-world time, so activities change based on the actual time of day and season. You'll gather resources, craft furniture, catch bugs and fish, and gradually unlock new features for your island. The terraforming system lets you reshape your island's landscape however you want, from creating waterfalls to building custom paths. Your animal neighbors have unique personalities and will move in and out over time, keeping the community feeling fresh. Daily tasks like watering flowers, talking to neighbors, and checking shops create a gentle routine that never feels like work. The game celebrates creativity and self-expression with thousands of customization options for your character, home, and island. The art style is bright and cheerful, and the soundtrack changes throughout the day to match different moods and activities. Time Flies is a unique life simulation where you experience the entire lifespan of a fly in just a few hours of real time. You start as a tiny larva and must survive long enough to find food, avoid predators, and eventually find a mate to continue the cycle. The game presents this concept in a surprisingly beautiful and meditative way, focusing on the small moments and simple pleasures of a fly's existence. The environments are photorealistic and stunning, showing the world from a fly's perspective with incredible detail. Your main activities include finding food sources, avoiding dangers like spiderwebs and fly swatters, and navigating different indoor and outdoor environments. The game has no dialogue or complex mechanics. Everything is communicated through visual storytelling and environmental clues. Each playthrough is different because the world reacts dynamically to your choices and the passage of time. The experience is both educational and emotional, making you appreciate the complexity of even the smallest creatures. The soundtrack is minimal but effective, using ambient sounds and gentle music to create a contemplative atmosphere. Fae Farm combines traditional farming simulation with magical fantasy elements in the most polished, cozy gaming experience on Switch. You inherit a farm in a mystical world where fairies, magic, and farming coexist perfectly. The story involves helping your new community while investigating a mysterious magical disturbance affecting the local wildlife. The farming mechanics are smooth and satisfying, with magical tools that make tasks faster and more enjoyable than typical farm sims. You can grow both regular crops and magical plants that have special properties, adding fantasy flair to the traditional formula. The world is full of secrets to discover, from hidden caves filled with resources to ancient ruins with powerful artifacts. Character customization is extensive, letting you create exactly the farmer you want to be, and the romance system includes options for all players. The crafting system spans multiple categories, including cooking, potion making, and furniture creation, all with magical twists. Combat exists, but remains optional and simple, focusing more on exploration than fighting. The art style is absolutely gorgeous, with vibrant colors and detailed animations that bring the fairy tale world to life in every scene.
It's been a breath of fresh air. Days pass so quickly. Before I know it, they turn into seasons. And every new season brings new friends my way. Everyone here has something special.
Islanders New Shores is a city-building puzzle game where you place buildings on beautiful islands to create the perfect settlement. You start with a small selection of buildings and must strategically place them to score points and unlock more structures. The game has no story, it's pure relaxation as you watch your islands grow from empty land to bustling communities. Each building type works better when placed near certain other buildings, creating satisfying puzzle elements. There's no time pressure or failure states, so you can take as long as you want to plan your perfect island. The minimalist art style uses bright colors and clean shapes that are easy on the eyes. You'll unlock new building packs as you score points, giving you fresh challenges and new ways to design your settlements. The ambient soundtrack perfectly matches the calm gameplay, making each session feel like a meditation break.
New buildings and updated scoring. Take line of sight into consideration with a lighthouse. Add the mountain shrine up on a peak lined with cliff houses. Or build an aviary network between islands. To really shake up each run, unlock boons as you play, allowing you to modify your buildings.
Hello Kitty Island Adventure puts you on a tropical island with Sanrio characters as you help restore various areas and make new friends. You play as your own custom character who teams up with Hello Kitty, Pom Pom Purin, and other beloved characters to solve simple puzzles and complete activities. The gameplay focuses on exploration, item collecting, and friendship building with no combat or stressful mechanics. You can decorate your cabin, craft new items, and participate in mini-games with the Sanrio cast. Each character has their own personality and favorite activities, from cooking with Hello Kitty to going on adventures with Bots Maru. The world is divided into themed areas that you gradually unlock by completing quests and helping characters with their problems. Everything is designed to be accessible and stress-free, with bright visuals and cheerful music throughout. The game celebrates friendship and cooperation, making it perfect for players who want pure positive vibes. Untitled Goose Game lets you play as a mischievous goose whose main goal is to annoy the residents of a peaceful village. There's no traditional story. Instead, you complete to-do lists of pranks and tasks in each area of town. You can honk, flap your wings, grab objects with your beak, and sneak around to cause harmless chaos. The stealth gameplay revolves around timing your pranks when people aren't looking and figuring out how to complete objectives using the environment. Each area has its own set of characters and unique opportunities for goose-based mischief, from stealing items to scaring people at the right moments. The game uses a simple control scheme that makes it easy to experiment with different approaches to each objective. The hand-drawn art style looks like a children's book illustration, and the dynamic piano soundtrack responds to your actions. Despite being about causing trouble, the game maintains a lighthearted tone that never feels mean-spirited. Story of Seasons Pioneers of Olive Town brings you to a rundown town where you inherit your grandfather's old farm and must help restore the community. The story follows your character as they rebuild both their farm and relationships with townspeople who are working to revitalize Olive Town. You'll clear land, plant crops, raise animals, and process goods using various machines and facilities you can craft and upgrade. The farming system includes seasonal crops, animal care, and resource management that creates a satisfying daily routine. Mining, fishing, and foraging provide additional activities and materials for crafting and cooking. Romance options let you build relationships with eligible bachelors and bachelorettes through conversations and gift giving. The town development aspect means your progress directly impacts how the community grows and changes over time. The 3D graphics are colorful and detailed, showing the transformation of both your farm and the town as you progress through the seasons. A short hike puts you in the role of a bird named Claire, who's visiting Hawk Peak Provincial Park and wants to reach the summit to get phone reception. The story is simple but heartfelt, as you meet other park visitors and help them with small favors along your journey up the mountain. The gameplay is all about exploration and discovery, with no time limits or pressure. You can take as long as you want to reach the top. You collect golden feathers that increase your stamina, letting you climb higher and reach new areas of the mountain. Along the way, you'll fish in streams, play volleyball on the beach, find hidden treasures, and have conversations with fellow hikers. The pixel art style creates beautiful mountain vistas and cozy forest scenes that change as you gain altitude. The soundtrack features gentle acoustic music that perfectly captures the feeling of a peaceful nature hike. The game can be completed in about an hour, but the relaxing atmosphere makes you want to take your time and enjoy every moment. Unpacking is a Zen puzzle game where you unpack boxes and arrange belongings in different living spaces throughout someone's life. There's no dialogue or explicit story. Instead, the narrative unfolds through the objects you unpack and how the living spaces change over time. Each level represents a different stage of life, from childhood bedrooms to college dorms to adult apartments. You click and drag items from boxes and find appropriate places for them, with subtle feedback guiding you toward correct placements. The gameplay is incredibly relaxing, as there's no time pressure and no way to fail. You simply arrange items until everything feels right. The pixel art is detailed and nostalgic, with each object telling part of the story through its design and condition. The sound design is particularly satisfying, with different sounds for unpacking various items and placing them on different surfaces. As you progress through the levels, you start to understand the life story of the person whose belongings you're unpacking, creating an emotional connection without words. Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma combines farming simulation with light RPG elements in a Japanese-inspired setting. You play as an earth dancer who must restore the land after it's been corrupted by mysterious forces threatening the local communities. The farming mechanics include growing crops, raising monsters as livestock, and crafting tools and weapons from gathered materials. Combat is simple and optional for most activities, focusing more on exploring dungeons to find seeds and materials rather than intense battles. You can tame wild monsters and bring them back to your farm, where they help with daily tasks and provide resources. The relationship system lets you build friendships and romances with villagers through daily interactions and gift giving. Festivals and seasonal events add variety to the calendar year, giving you special activities and rewards. The art style blends 3D environments with anime-inspired character designs, creating a charming world that feels both familiar and magical. The game balances farm management with adventure elements without making either aspect feel overwhelming. Dis County is a charming life simulation where you move to a small town and start working at the local grocery store while building relationships with quirky residents. The story focuses on everyday life as you learn about your neighbors, their problems, and how you can help make the community better. Your main job involves stocking shelves, helping customers, and managing the store, but the real focus is on the social interactions with townspeople. Each resident has their own personality, schedule, and storyline that develops as you get to know them better. You can customize your character and apartment, participate in town events, and make choices that affect how relationships develop. The gameplay loop involves working at the store during the day, then spending evenings exploring town and socializing. The pixel art style is colorful and detailed, bringing the small town setting to life with personality. The writing is funny and heartfelt, dealing with real-life themes like community, friendship, and finding your place in the world through everyday interactions.
You'll have a lot to manage, but do a good enough job and you'll be rewarded with more customers. But you won't settle for good enough, will you? No! More demand, you must expand. You've got bills to pay, employees to hire, ads to run. Remember, all relations are custom.
Stardew Valley puts you in charge of your grandfather's old farm in Pelican Town, where you escape corporate life to build a new existence in the countryside. The story begins with you leaving your boring office job to restore the overgrown farm and discover what your grandfather's letter meant about finding what you're truly looking for. The farming gameplay includes planting seasonal crops, raising animals, and upgrading your tools and buildings as you expand your operation. Mining in the caves provides resources and adventure, while fishing offers a relaxing alternative activity by the river or ocean. The community center bundles create goals that help restore the town while teaching you about all the game's systems and activities. Romance and friendship systems let you build relationships with the diverse cast of townspeople, each with their own stories and personalities. Seasonal events, festivals, and changing weather keep the world feeling alive and dynamic throughout the year. The pixel art style is detailed and charming, with a soundtrack that perfectly captures the peaceful, rural atmosphere. Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar on Nintendo Switch is one of the coziest games you can play because it mixes farming, crafting, and community life in a relaxing way. You arrive in Zephyr Town, a once thriving place known for its lively bazaar, and it's up to you to bring that spirit back. You plant crops, care for animals, gather materials, and use windmills to craft goods, all while preparing for the weekly bazaar where you set up your own stall and sell directly to customers. This system makes your work feel rewarding, since everything leads up to the excitement of Market Day where the town gathers. You can explore the town, meet new characters, befriend villagers, and even build deeper relationships over time. The game lets you jump and glide to discover new areas, adding a fun layer to daily routines. With its mix of farming, selling, and community building, Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar gives you a cozy world to grow, create, and connect at your own pace. And there you have it, the top 20 cozy games on Nintendo Switch. These games are perfect for when you want to slow down, relax, and enjoy some peaceful gaming time. Each one offers something different, but they all share that special, cozy feeling that makes you want to keep playing. What's your go-to cozy game on Switch? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more Nintendo Switch content. Thanks for watching!